Okay, finally. Christmas on our end is all done, and I got the shop to myself. My wife's happy inside. The kids are at their mom's. Just me and my Saber. Uh, this is my first Neopixel Proffie. This is my first Neopixel, then my first Proffie. It's the first time I've even seen one in person, so I don't know how else to say this, but to say this is probably one of the most sacred moments of my life, other than the birth of my children, as a Star Wars fan, because this is as close to a real lightsaber as I figure I'll ever get. Okay, first off, God, I hope not. I hope that's not as close as I ever get. Second, whatever this version of me, past pre-unboxing version, is about to say does not matter. So I thought, since I had so much fun with a little voiceover the last time, I'd try this again and put it out there and watch it or not. That's how I feel about these things. I enjoy making them almost as much as fun as I enjoy having the lightsabers and play with them. Anyway, so here's what happened. And this is all my fault as usual. So I've been real big on this whole idea of like a gradient of a slow drip feed of pleasure, if you will, or something like that. Like building up to something. Like when I started reading about lightsabers and figuring out what was going on about lightsabers and what kind of lightsaber I wanted, you learn really quick about the in-hilt LEDs and the Neopixels and the Proffies and all that. And I thought, well, man, I'll just start with one of the base models because that'll be really fun, and then I'll work my way up. And they'll all be really fun equally. And like I said, everybody that's watching my videos will know I got that little smooth swing, or I got the smooth swing from Dark Wolf, and just I love it. It's great. It's fun. But the problem is, when I lit up that EFX for the first time, it was magic, if you know what I mean. I thought when I lit up that Neopixel for the first time, it would also be magic, even better magic. That's not the case. We'll get to that later. But anyway, this poor sap right here who's about to open this, I really don't understand that packaging, but whatever. This Neopixel shade here is what it is. A Neopixel Proffie shade is what I ordered, or what my wife ordered, because this was my first Neopixel, my first Proffie, my first good Neopixel lightsaber that's not EFX and not in-hilt LED, basically. So I was all excited. I'd been waiting for God knows how long, shopping for God knows how long. Okay, no more than the 6 weeks I've been into this. But anyway, has it just been 6 weeks? God help me. Anyway, I figured out this is what I wanted. It was like $240 from Crimson Dawn. I could spin it in the yard. It's supposed to be tough enough you can drop it. Not really worried about it. It was a little long and heavy for what I wanted, but I thought I could get used to it, and it was a good price. Okay, so I went with this one. Ooh, it got smooth swing though. Watching yourself talk about these things is crazy. Yeah, opening this blade sucks. There's just no way around that. There's got to be a better way to do this. But so I had this thing built up so much in my head. There was no way in heaven it was going to live up to my expectations. Oh, I had put it off for 2 weeks. It had sat on the tree for 2 weeks. Christmas morning, I unwrapped it and left it sitting there in a box because I was more worried about making the YouTube video than I was about playing with my new lightsaber. I should have opened it up beforehand and charged it in retrospect, but anyway, that didn't happen. So I waited Christmas morning. We ate lunch. I waited all day Christmas Day for the kids to go to their mothers so I could come out here to the shop by myself, uninterrupted, and do that unboxing and just be in Star Wars magic for a little bit. Well, let's read the instructions here. I'll tell you what, those instructions are garbage anyway. That could be better. But Anyway, this is not a Crimson Dawn Bash video. They've not had a chance to rectify the situation. I have emailed them, and we'll see what happens, but I'm not too worried about it. This is a I'm an idiot video. because watching this thing, man, this little kid here is getting his new toy. It's dark when I do it, but you can't see my face when that thing doesn't light up. Wow. And he almost knew it wasn't going to light up. There's no way that battery's going to hold a charge that long. Dead, sitting under a tree. I'm out here in the morning. That explains the roosters. It's just what you get. I promise I'm not as country as I sound or look. Not quite. Yeah. This thing together here. I really wish they came with more set screws, retention screws. Seems like a few more would be smarter, but I'm not the engineer. Working on it, talking about it. Working on it, talking about it. Oh, but back to the religion thing. And I'm sure if you're a dork like me, from my generation especially, you might agree with me. But my wife laughs at me when I compare Star Wars to religion, which I'm not religious at all. But when I say compare it to religion, I guess shaped how you grew up and who you became. Seeing those movies as a kid, I just know that anything Yoda said impacted me way more than any preacher said. Because I can tell you what Yoda said, not so much those preachers. Not to get off in the weeds on religion, but Star Wars had I think sometimes unappreciated outsized impact. Maybe unappreciated on some of our lives, especially our generation. I don't know. The whole Yoda thing in Dagobah and it was just at that age and seeing that you thought you could tap into the Force. That's all there was to it. Like, wow, that makes sense. I can sit here, and if I believe hard enough, if I try hard enough, I can move that rock, which it never happened, but anyway. It didn't happen for me, at least. Maybe I didn't have enough midichlorians. God help us all. Let's not go there, though. Okay, here we go. Oh, man, it's going to light up. This green. Green's my favorite because of Return of the Jedi. That's all. But there's so many blue fonts. Just annoying blue fonts. So anyway, it obviously does not work. The battery's dead. I should have been charging it. I should have known that. So here on top of my literally 2 hours later, on top of my whole day waiting, I had to wait another 2 hours and come out here and do it all over again. It's colder now. And it's just, I'm just rambling. It's like an idiot. Just, it's so funny, this whole cycle. You buy a toy, play with it, become what you think is an expert on it, so you think you're smart enough to make a video and put it on the internet. Oh, that's funny. Mainly, I just like talking to myself, to be honest. Nobody else wants to hear it anyway. And I never have to worry about disagreeing with myself on theories or anything. It's just, it's pretty pleasant. Just another grumpy old man listening to Star Wars stuff from a grumpy old man. All right, here we go. Here's the magic coming up. Can't wait. It's really long and heavy. It's really off balance. It's beautiful. Look at it. And there's some gunk on this blade. It immediately ruins the effect. Here's the deal. I expected something that looked like a real lightsaber in my hand. Like the videos you see on YouTube, especially like the saber trios. Was expected, hoped, wanted. It lit up. It was beautiful. If it had been the first thing I ever ignited, it would just, I can't describe how it would have been, but like knowing what it is, knowing what the effects have done, and like how cool they were, it's a toy. Immediately you saw the tip. It's a toy, but like it's got a lot more definition in person on the blade than it does with the, video. The video looks more like a real lightsaber, if you ask me. But anyway, it's cool. There's no way around it. I mean, it's awesome. It beats the blades on the EFXs. I mean, especially the tip flare, But, I mean, I oversold it. That's all there was to it. It is really cool. I can't deny it. And here's when I realized the smooth swing doesn't work. And that's my main complaint, the smooth swing. And then the audio's been glitching out like crazy. It lights up and ignites almost every time, but like it's jumps fonts and no smooth swing and no swoosh or anything like that. It's people have been asking me, is it just a non-smooth swing Neopixel? No, it's got the same. It's what I ordered the Neopixel Proffie. It's got the extended body on it. I don't know. I couldn't tell you from looking at the chassis, but I'm not going to tear into that because I don't want to mess my warranty up. So on and on and on. I play with it. It's got the fonts on it. Everything's great, except for the fact that it doesn't have the smooth swing. Which, after playing with mine so long with the Eco smooth swing, there's no replacing that. That's such a big part of it. Just the hum, the whine, and the raspy rotation of it. Keep trying. No smooth swing. Disappointment. What you're seeing here is crushed dreams, ladies and gentlemen. It's all so pathetic in a cosmic way. But if you can't laugh at yourself, I mean, come on. I'll tell you what, the coolest thing on it, though, irrespective of the sound issues, the Ben Solo blade effect is just, it's really cool. It's probably the coolest one I've seen in person. I was just one of the few I've seen in person. But it looks almost not a blade full of lights, like something else. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So if I get it fixed and get the smooth swing working, I think I'm gonna be really happy. It's not exactly what I want now. I know that because what I like to do with these things is go out in the dusk and the dark by myself, or if my daughter's out there, I don't care, and just run through the fonts and light it up and twirl it. And that's about it. I don't want to fight. Me and my daughter might do some little choreograph things every now and then, low impact, not into sparring, because the sparring and fighting, to me, as soon as you hear the plastic clack on each other, it just kind of, I don't know, breaks the spell. So what I want now that I've had this thing to play with, assuming how the smooth swing is going to be, I want a well-balanced Neopixel with Proffie or CFX, anything with smooth swing, with a mid-grade blade, and I want the switch well below where my hand would go. So I think maybe you could build that with the LGT parts. Maybe even with stuff I got, if I get a decent Proffie board. I don't know. I'm thinking about just ordering some junk sabers or parts or something. I don't know. Just see what I could do. I thought about contacting Vire, but I don't know. It might be more fun to just play and see what I can come up with, and maybe not ruin too much stuff. So the blade effects, the instructions were not useless, but pretty close to useless. Changing the color was different on some of the blade effects. You had to rotate the hilt sometimes. Sometimes you had to just mash the button and run through the fonts. But the instructions didn't make that clear at all. But I mean, you've seen enough of these videos and played. It's got 2 buttons. I mean, you can figure some stuff out. Really quick, you figure out how to play with it and change the fonts and stuff. But I couldn't find a volume control of any kind. I couldn't find any information about that. I don't know if there is. I'm not sure how base and bare this Proffie board is. But I was hoping it'd be enough to get me in for a few weeks while I learn more about it, see if I want to jump into it and dig into that Proffie board and buy the equipment I'm going to have to buy to get into that. And whew, it's a lot more technical than I thought I was going to have to mess with, but it sounds like it could be really fun if you know what you're doing, or you figured out what you're doing decent. Yeah. So it's like you want to enjoy it so much, but it just sounds like crap. And the smooth swing never worked one single time. Blaster block usually worked. Flash on clash worked way too much. I could do without flash on clash for spinning and playing in the yard. It's annoying. If I ever figure out how to disable that somehow, maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Surely in Proffie. What else? The colors when you rotate the hilt were like really hard to tune. Like that was near impossible in some of them. but I didn't know if that had anything to do with what was going on. I think it might just be a battery issue for all I know. I charged the battery 2 hours. I came out here, tried it. It's doing what you see it doing now. I charged the battery for 3 hours, came out and tried it. It did the same thing. I charged the battery an additional 8 hours, the same thing. And it does seem like it gets weaker really quickly, and it starts affecting the sound more and more. Like some of the hums will even cut out. But blah, blah, blah. Let Crimson Dawn see what we can do to fix it. I'm sure they will. Not too worried about it. But it was an adventure, and it was a learning experience just to keep you a little grounded when you get too full of yourself and your toys. But anyway, I'm going to get off here and trim the end. Y'all have a safe and happy new year, and may the force be with you. Look, he's going to. Later.